Uses Admiral Piet to take a commander or admiral's order. Charlie's going to drain 1 at Raltier. This is the -1 from the flipped Raltier doesn't affect Raltier locations, so can still drain for normal there. Oh, that's cool. Eric has the Vengeance in his dark side deck. It's the one that you 7 force to deploy it, and then you win a battle. Opponent loses 1 force. It's one of the new set 11 cards. Charlie goes with Bale on the Tantive, pretty standard. And then Cassian to the street, or sorry, the prefix office to flip Eric back again. Yeah, I don't know. My stream does not seem to be running very well tonight, guys. I'm sorry. I don't know what the issues are. I feel like I keep getting dropped frames. So he flips him back, puts the projection. Plays Mos Eisley. Thanks for watching, guys. Yeah, I'll keep tinkering with it. This is probably going to be a grindy game if Eric wants it to be, so I don't know if he can win this by 24. Like, I mean, I don't see too many ways. So we're going to see our first battle of the game. Cornhorn against David Jones. And so Charlie drew Sokatano as Destiny. Total battle Destiny of 5, even though he only drew 1. So that clears David Jones. Wonder why Eric didn't draw Destiny there. Did he choose not to? For the counter beat, yeah, I guess that makes sense. Ah, yeah, the dark collaboration, there you go. But he has evacuation control, isn't... So, yeah, let's see. Eric's going to get some drains in. Drains of one, actually, just one. Here comes the Stormtrooper Garrison. Admiral Mahdi. We haven't seen him pull a Hoojix, I don't think, but that doesn't mean he doesn't have it. Puts an expand the Empire on the prefix office. So that's going to expand the power and forfeit +1 game text over to here, which will then trigger. That's pretty cute. I like that. Grand Admiral Thrawn on the Decimator. That's non-V Thrawn. Alright, here comes the battle. The Garrison and Mahdi against Cornhorn. We'll probably see Charlie take a card off of evacuation control. But like Eric will win this battle, so he can retrieve one with domination after he wins it. Retrieve back his David Jones, and then he can move somebody in front of the prefix office, and then move the decimator back over. And then I think he could actually flip back if he did those particular things. Oh yeah, domination might not be in effect. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to 1, 2. Yeah, you're right, Greg. Good point. Good call there. So, Crush the Rebellion is the draw for Eric, and Owen and Baru is the draw for Charlie. So, he's going to use Mothma to take it into hand. Charlie's got a total battle destiny of 7. That's going to clear. Let's see, yeah, the Garrison forfeits for only 4, but they get 6. So he's got 6 here. He's got 10 there, so I guess he could just forfeit Mahdi. Keep the Garrison there. Kraken is stacked on evac control, guys. He played the Hoojix, so Hoojix is grabbed. Yeah, he's got Kraken here on evac control, but didn't pull that card. He pulled the let's see, which card was it? It was Willard. He pulled that guy. He's a good card too. That's interesting, Justin. So, Eric gets another flip. He's flipped this ROPS objective like 3 times now. And every time Charlie's been able to flip him back. I don't think Eric's gotten a battle in with his objective flipped this game. So, definitely looks tough, especially being the guy who has to win by 24. The Old Boy Luke cheat versus Krennic game. I'm not certain I know exactly what that means. Oh, I guess opponent may not cancel or modify. Excuse me. Oh, okay. So it's a GIMP bug of sorts. Okay, neat. So he stacks the Death Trooper, Krennic, and Ozzel in front of Luke and Cassian, and then Piet and the Garrison are at the docking bay. Although it looks like Eric might have made a mistake with some of his movement and reverted. So I didn't want to move the Garrison in front of. I probably wanted to move Piet. Okay, I guess he's doing it this way. He moves Izard to the docking bay, and then maybe Piet and the Garrison are going to move over to the street. That looks like what's going to happen. Yep. Nailed it. Saw would be a pretty big blowout. Charlie plays a Might. It's like the third time he's played that card. But he doesn't get anything, so just cycles a 5. Let's see, Eric's got 28 life force left by my count. So he has to win this by 24. So, you know, things are getting pretty tight, but there is ways to retrieve with domination and stuff like that. But pays the maintenance costs. So Charlie's not doing much in the way of drains though, because of Fondor being a drain -1 and then the objective being flipped. So like no damage coming Eric's way via force drains, but oh, okay, yeah, I guess with Bale you get the drain +1. So there you go, plowing 1 damage there. Yeah, Bale is pretty good. I kind of forgot about him. Yeah, I think they could play Min or they could play a Cold Feet or something like that to put another shield out. Min is probably the more likely. So definitely been seeing a lot of Diplo in these OCS games, at least from my limited viewings of them. Owen and Baru in front of Izard. So now probably see Charlie battle Izard, get her off the table, and then that could clear Owen and Baru. I don't see much of a way that he could flip Eric back this turn. Unless he deployed. Okay, there we go. So he goes Ahsoka Tano to the city, and then he still would have to find a way to control. Yep, okay, that works. Because once Owen and Brew get cleared, he needs to find a way to move over and control the docking bay to have two Raltier locations occupied or controlled. Yeah, so Owen and Brew will clear out Izard. They'll get the flip back on Rop. So, I mean, Eric's definitely, he's got like 25 life force and he needs to win by 24. He hasn't been able to get domination going or have a battle. I think we might see the first battle this game where he gets to use the Destiny, total Destiny modifier from Rops being flipped. But maybe he has been able to recycle some high Destiny cards by being flipped back all those times, and then go get the low Destiny cards that he wants when he flips back. But an EPP Vader would be good right now. So Charlie drew a total Battle Destiny of 11, so he's got 15. Eric's going to draw a Destiny of a 3. He'll add 4 to that, so that'll be a 7. So it'll be 12 to 15 by my maths. He might be using the ROPS exchange text when he draws Destiny there. Yeah, this is gonna be tough. Obviously, anytime that you have a 23 force deficit that you have to fight back in a match play situation, you're already in a almost insurmountable position. So, um, definitely not the spot you want to put yourself in. So maybe you have to play a little too aggressive or put yourself in a bad position. So there clears the Izard. He'll be able to move Willard over or move Luke over. I imagine you'll probably just see him move Luke and Cassian over to control that site. Uses Villard's 3PO like game text to exchange card for an use pile with one in reserve deck. And then he's going to move Luke over, flips back the objective. He's got to place a card from hand in use pile, although that does help his life force total. But and then Cassian follows. So right now Eric can't drain for free. He'd have to pay for drains of 2, and isn't flipped with his objective and would have to clear at least one of those Raltier sites. So this is not looking good for Eric. Yeah. Yeah, it's really hard for Rops to flip back when it has 2 guys at 2 sites. Yeah, totally. And he also dropped the Falcon, so like, yeah, with the out the extra icon being there from the R2D2 or from the Tantive. Yeah, Eric's definitely in a tough spot. he needs like an EPP Vader to clear the spaceport docking bay, and then he can maybe move something over. But I don't know. Charlie is definitely looking pretty good to move on to the second round here. I mean, obviously the win the other day was a big start in that, but he's certainly playing this game pretty well. So we got Janis, Grajatis, and Kirkanos. Kirkanos is going to pull Min. Min will pull him that extra defensive shield if he needs it. Yeah, Blizzard 2 and a Trample could have been nice, but that's so expensive at this point in the game. And he only has like 5 cards in hand to start this turn. Min plays a defensive shield. He gets out the useless gesture shield. I guess worried about some lost pile interrupts, maybe solo or Charlie goes with aim high. Do we have domination in effect now? I think we might. 1, 2, 3, 4. I know, because that's not a battleground. Yeah, I still don't feel like domination would be in effect. Unless you occupy fewer locations. Oh, it doesn't have anything to do with battlegrounds. Interesting. Okay, so yeah, they domination could work here now, and that could help Eric. So we got a Destiny of 4 from Eric, which he'll add 1, 2, 3, 4 to, so it'll be an 8. Cassian is going to cancel it. Wow. That's bad. So he'll still win the battle. He'll get to retrieve. Although at 5, and he's adding. Yeah, he's the total destiny of 9. He didn't lose that battle by a lot. He only lost it by 2. If he would have drawn. I guess, yeah, he would have had to draw a 7, but. Still pretty crazy that it was that close with canceling the destiny. But 9 force will just be like. So yeah, I mean, you can lose like Min, who's forfeit 11, Kirkanos. Yeah, like they're all forfeit a million at this deck. So Cassian gets forfeited from Charlie. But that doesn't clear Luke. Drawing the 8 for Destiny might have cleared Luke, but if he had some way to cancel Cassian's game text so as to not, or like a dark time for the rebellion or something. Yeah, needs EPP Vader for sure. So Eric does get a retrieval. He retrieves Izard. And then he lands the Decimator. Charlie's going to play Escape Pod We're Doomed. And then Eric places that out of play with Min. And then Charlie's got another Hujix. So the Hujix, the first one was stacked on something special. So that one's there. So Charlie does have another Hujix, but he only has one force. Oh, I guess, yeah, he doesn't need it right now. So we just have to remember to pay. Oh, and that one isn't even the one that makes you pay anymore, right? It just gets stacked there. So yeah, you don't have to worry about that. So Charlie does run the two Hujix. The scoop Hujix, you might say. Well, Hujix is a good card. I'm pretty fond of that one myself. Yeah, this isn't looking good for Eric. I feel like there's not a lot of ways that he could get this to a manageable victory. I mean, if he needed to win by 10, maybe, but not by 24. Scoop chicks. Eric has, yeah, 21, 26. Yeah, 26. And he needs to win by 24. I mean, domination helps, but, like, yeah, it's going to be hard. Alright, so Charlie's turn 5. He can do drains of 2 with the Alderanian. Actually, there's going to be 2 drains of 2. Um, because Rops isn't flipped anymore. Okay, and yeah, Eric did just draw enough cards to put him under. Because he's got 21, 22, 23. So, like, he has to win. I mean, I guess 23 is the differential in the first game. So, like, I don't know what his plan is here. Charlie has 17. 16 in reserve, 1 in force. And he's got 10 in hand. Drain 2 Fondor, 2 at Dune Sea. Oh, he's actually just losing reserve deck cards and use pile cards. So yeah, I think this might be the last turn of the game. I don't see any reason for Eric to continue playing here. He's below the threshold of winning where he could come back. I don't see him getting up to 24 when he's at 19 now. Yeah, he has 5 cards in hand. He could have lost 4 cards from hand to these drains, but he just top decked stuff. Lost to Emperor Shuttle, still coming through. Card Lieutenant Commander Arden, and the second copy of Domination. So, looking like Charlie's gonna do a little upset here on Eric. Battle with Luke, peel 13, draw the rest. I think that's something that you could do at this point. I don't see any way that, you know, Eric could retrieve a bunch. You have aim high out, so he doesn't have enough force to pay for any sort of retrieval. Puts Obi-Wan in front of Ozzel and Thrawn. And also Harris Syndulla. So yeah, Charlie's probably going to battle here. Well, I mean, I don't actually know if he even needs to. So he's going to embark on the Falcon with Calrissian. So with no battle, looks like he's just gonna fly the Falcon up to Raltier. Way too many guys out for Eric. Yeah, I wonder if he just didn't get a very good draw and had to over deploy, but he was doing all right there, I felt, for a little while, but Falcon moves. R2 goes along, so it does make this a battleground. Consolidates Luke over there. So yeah, Eric's doing no damage, and I guess he could pay 3 to drain for 1 at the prefix office. Yeah, more efficient guys like Inquisitor or Simalu or guys who just draw Destiny, Mara Jade. Looks like Eric wants a revert. Not sure why. He's got 19. Charlie's got 16. But Eric has to win by 23. Or he has to win by 24. He probably just wanted to activate a different amount of force because he had 2 was in reserve last time, but now he's got 4 in reserve. So maybe wants to do 2 different battles. Yep. I just don't know. I just don't see a way that Eric can win this by the necessary amount at this point. He's deployed a lot of cards. He only has so many resources left in his hand. Um, and there's just too many cards on the board for Lightside doing damage to him. Like right now, he's taking drains of like 5. Like he can't do that for any length of time. Looks like the football game is back. Colts. All right, go Colts. Beat the Chiefs. There's Grand Moff Tarkin. That would have been a good card for him to have earlier in the game. Three Grand Moffs in your Rops. That's a lot. Yeah, domination is back on, but is that going to be enough? I mean, We shall see. Initiates battle. So Hera adds a destiny in this case. The two Imperials. Or sorry, it's two Rebels or one Imperial. So two destinies against two destinies. Light side adding a lot to theirs. They're adding 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Dark side's not flipped, so this isn't good for dark side. I mean, they have a ton of forfeit with those dudes, but yeah, he's definitely trying as hard as he can to stay in this, but I just don't know. I don't see much of a way that he can get above that threshold again. Draws a good card there. At least it breaks. Well, that actually does that. Yeah, it does break Obi's immunity at least, but Hera will cover. Like, he could just peel battle damage here and then lose the game and then win the match. That's probably what I would do if I was him. Yeah, like you could just not have not drawn Destiny there, and then just lost all of your life force and won the match. But now he's down by 11, so he can't lose all of his life force. And even though he's going to retrieve 1 with domination, that still just puts Eric at 20. Yeah, the first game, Casey was Charlie by 23. So Eric has to win this one by 24 or 23 with tiebreakers. And right now he's at 20. So there is a small percentage. Like, I feel like in that battle, if Charlie doesn't draw Destiny and just peels 16 battle damage, and loses all of his life force, then he could have just won the match right there. Even with Eric retrieving 1 off of domination. And I guess Eric could use something special plan for them to get 1 more life force, but that would also give Charlie another life force. So we'll see if that comes back to bite Charlie. I have a feeling he'll still be okay in this match, but I feel like he could have just won the match by not drawing Destiny in that battle and pitching all those cards, but we'll see. And now Eric gets the flip, which is going to help the drains. I mean, he's still doing drains of 1 and 1, one at Fondor, 1 at the Dune Sea. But that definitely extended. It gave Eric a little bit more life, for sure. So he's just moving everybody around to where he wants them to be. Got the Death Trooper at the office over with Krennic now. So, yep, that looks like a pretty decent setup. Oh, and then I didn't see that the Palpatine deployment to the Mos Eisley. That'll be a good drain spot there for Hunter as well. But he still has to find a way to get back up to 23, 24 when he's at 19 now. Yeah, I guess if Charlie could activate everything, drain and then draw up, I don't. Unless could be some like Imperial reinforcements shenanigans or retrieval that way. I don't know too many other ways that Darkseid can retrieve a bunch of cards. They don't have like an on the edge or off the edge or I guess yeah they have nothing with Imperials except for like maybe Imperial reinforcements, but yeah, that's true too. Casey doesn't have enough with aim high being out. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. But Charlie doesn't activate everything. I mean, that doesn't prohibit him from drawing up necessarily. He could always lose a force for something. Well, maybe not. Yeah, it should be drain and draw. I agree with you guys. I mean, maybe they're just trying to play it out, finish the game as if it were a regular game without it being a match play situation. But when you're in that match play situation, it's a totally different ball game. When you see that your opponent has 18 force and you've won by 23, I don't think there's much of incentive to keep playing it out. I mean, it gives us more interesting stuff to watch, but I'm not sure that it matters all that much. Charlie to play Taicho and tried to to steal a TIE fighter. An unpiloted TIE, okay. Yeah, you can't steal piloted TIEs with Taicho. Might see him battle at the system here. Because on the. Got Min and Veers. That's power 8 and a bunch of forfeit, but hey, we got some bits. What's up, Gogolin? Commander Nara. But once again, like Charlie could just move the Falcon and make Realtier not a battleground anymore. Yeah, I guess Charlie deployed Commander Nara, who lets you draw a card when he's deployed, but Charlie decided against it. Yep, so the Falcon moves to Tatooine. Realtier is no longer a battleground. Eric's got to pay for 4 strains. It's just not looking very good for Eric. Needs more Gravity Shadow. Yeah, that would have been a good card there. So Eric's at 18 life force left. Charlie's got 12. Make that 13. No. Eric hasn't used his defensive shield grabber this game and didn't have a force to use it then. Looks like Eric's doing a revert, probably for different activation. So he's got 3 in reserve deck, 15 force, 3 cards in hand. It's a total of 18 life force. It's going to need to win by 24. Pays 3 for the drain, which gets It's a Hit. He's going to grab the It's a Hit. Simaloo. He must be planning to battle there. I don't know why, though. It looks like a... Yep, alright. So he's got... I guess he does outpower him pretty well, but probably not going to get his 2 destinies with the evacuation control. Charlie takes the Kraken off of evac control. Gives him another character. Draws destiny on his own. Eric draws a 4 for destiny, which he'll add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to, so a total of 9. So he'll have a total of 29. And then Charlie's destiny will be a keep your eyes open for a 5. And then he'll add 4 to that, so he's got a 9 as well. So it's 23 to 29. Eric does get a retrieval off domination. So he retrieves the Ozzel. Forfeits Piet. Nine probably isn't a good number for Charlie. Ahsoka is 7. Luke is 8. These guys are 4 and 3. So, like, he has to lose, like, Ahsoka and a dude, or Luke and a dude. So I imagine it'll be Nara and Ahsoka is who he's going to lose. He goes with Vanden Willard, okay. I guess this guy draws to Battle Destiny if unable to otherwise, so he might have a little more value. I don't know why Charlie continues to play this game out with Eric. Because now, let's see, Eric's at 19. Moves Krennic in front of the Luke and Nara stack, as well as the Death Trooper. Interesting. I imagine he's going to chase the Tantive or the Falcon. Okay, he moves Simalu over there. He wants the Krennic Death Trooper stack. And that would actually place this character in the use pile to cancel the... I don't know, it's just Weapon Destiny. I thought you could do something else. But you get an extra Destiny. That's cool. So now, Charlie, if he activates everything and then just 4 strains and draws up, should be in a position to win the match. He also had that same condition last turn and didn't do it. He also had a battle the turn before that where he could have just peeled cards and instead chose to forfeit characters. So he doesn't seem necessarily interested in scooping it out. It seems like he wants to play it out here, but he's got this in the bag, so you see it doesn't activate everything. He leaves 2. Drains 1 at the Dune Sea. Drains 1 at Tatooine. Loses a TIE Scout and a surface defense. He's at 16. Life Force. Eric is. Charlie's at 13. I mean, Charlie does have 10 cards in hand, so maybe there's a way for him to flip Eric back again. By clearing off a Simaloo. Yeah, TIE Scouts, you see them occasionally in ROPS. They can hold a pilot, so if you put like your Krennic on there or like your Tarkin, it's like a power 3, forfeit 11, draws destiny kind of thing. So it's against certain decks is like all you need in space, against some decks that don't run a lot of space. And their Destiny 4 and have some synergy with some of your random schmoopy Imperials maybe. Bright Hope goes to Fondor. So now you can do the cool Bright Hope trick where you draw Destiny and subtract the amount from their attrition and total power. Kraken goes down in front of the Emperor. And with the right destinies, you can just clear the Emperor. He's got Tatooine Celebration now. This game could go on forever. Or at least until these timers are out, which is almost. Let's see, we got 13 minutes for Charlie and 19 minutes for Eric. I mean, Charlie's already won this match. He just needs to draw up or whatever. Because, I mean, Eric's at 16. He needs to win by 24. So, like, he's 8 cards away from where he needs to be. What's that? So he moves Chewie in front of the Emperor with Kraken. Moves Luke and Nara over in front of Tarkin. That gives Eric 2 battles. He can win both of those, retrieve with domination. That can get him up to 18. I still don't see much of a way that he can get over 20, especially not over 24. Yeah, and Eric still has the second Hoojix in hand, so I mean, at this point, he wants to just lose all the rest of his life force. It doesn't matter to him. Alright, so we'll see how Eric responds here. Gets his battles in, retrieves some force and stuff, maybe. So Eric's gonna drain for a couple ping drains. Get a total of 3. Yeah, two dominations. He already lost one domination earlier, so I don't think that's possible. Unless he exchanged it, I suppose. Um, and I don't know if he could win 3 battles. Vader against Leia could be pretty strong. Um, but all the other spots he's pretty well accounted for. So looks like he's just moving dudes around. Okay, so he moves. I imagine he'll move Simalu over there. Yep. So he just stacks all of his dudes in front of Luke and Nara, at least his Krennic, Death Trooper, Garrison stack, and then single draw Destiny guys everywhere else. Can't move the Emperor, but does move Mara Jade's ship in front of the Falcon. And then Eric's going to draw a card. And another card. Sure, why not? And another card. You don't need Life Force. What do you need Life Force for? Yeah, this might be him just calling it a day. He's now got 11 when he needs to win by 24. So it's 11 to 10 in Life Force. It's actually closer to. Yeah, he knows now. Definitely. He should by now. I still don't know why Charlie doesn't just draw up and just end this. He just wants to keep me sitting here. Drains the Dune Sea. Drains at Fondor. He's going to retrieve 2 with Celebration. So now he moved to just winning this game outright. Instead of just losing it by a certain number. Charlie wants to find out what happens when the timer runs out. I don't know if he wants to, but I'm guessing at this point it'd be pretty safe for him if the timer ran out, since he's got that win by 23. Yep, I think he just wants to win. He wants to beat Eric outright instead of. But I think Eric made certain decisions knowing he had to win by 24. So definitely the second game in a big beatdown like this, when it's match play, can always be a little weird in terms of the actual game. It doesn't play out the way it does in a Swiss event. I like that one, Justin. I thought you weren't even going to be awake for this one. You said it was too late. Charlie plays Jin Erso to Mos Eisley. Clear that Emperor out of there if he wants. But he just moves Luke over. Moves Nara over. What happens if Charlie's timer runs out on his action while Eric is under 23? I think whatever. I think he would still lose since he lost the first one by that much, but Charlie would still win the match. Yeah, I actually picked Eric myself to win, I think, the whole thing. So this is bad for my bracket, but good for Charlie. Bright Hope moves over in front of the Decimator as well. Eric gets rid of his something special plan for them to get a ship. Retrieves a TIE Scout. So now he doesn't have enough force to pay for his stormtrooper garrison. Oh no, never mind. It's still Charlie's turn. He just used that during the something special plan for them during his turn. A little confused as to what's going on. Obviously, this whole game has been a little weird once we kind of knew what the result was going to be. Pretty sure Eric just tracked around to that TIE scout that he retrieved. Don't know what his plan is with it. Yes, this game is still sort of interesting, but yeah, certainly takes away a little bit of the magic once you know that there's no way that the match is still in doubt, even though the game is still an interesting watch. So we're going to see drains from Eric of 1, 2, 3 total. Sorry, 2 actually, 2 total. There's the TIE Scout. He definitely did track around to that TIE Scout. So he's going to pick up Pilot. I think the only pilot there is Krennic. And so he'll pick up Krennic, and Krennic will go here to Reltier. And he puts Decree out. Deploying another card this late in the game. Oh, it's non-V Decree. Interesting. That doesn't do anything for him though. Like the Alderaanian bonuses, I guess, but like the so yeah, now Eric's taking no damage. But Charlie's got Celebration Retrieval. Non-V Decree. Crazy stuff. So this would be a good if this was just a regular game. Pretty interesting matchup, close game, but since it needed to be a different sort of game for it to be a change of the matching from 23 down. Charlie tries to drain, but his drains of 0. Retrieves with Celebration. Charlie's timer is at 8 minutes, or just under 8 minutes, at 7 minutes and 44 seconds. I'm showing on my screen. Eric's timer is at 11 minutes and 8 seconds, so this game will be over shortly. To play as gold leader in gold 1. To Fondor. Because why not? Fight the Emperor. Yeah, I guess we can do that. Might as well. I mean, he's just going to add like 5 to the Destiny. So here comes the fight with that. So we'll get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to his Destiny. And yeah, so it's matching 5s to Destinies. Emperor will probably die. Draws a 3 for Destiny, adds 5, makes it an 8. 21. Eric draws 6, adds 5 to it, makes it an 11. 11 might be an awkward number of forfeit for. He's got 6, and he's got 4, so that's 10. That might clear the 11. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's going to clear. Oh, right, because he has to have an Imperial on the scout. I thought he picked somebody up. Yeah, if it would have been one more, he would have had to clear everybody. So it's going to be Charlie versus Bastion in the next round. Yeah, I haven't looked at the bracket in a minute. So yeah, that should be good. Moves the Falcon to Chandrilla and covers up the Decimator. Moves Kraken over in front of Leia. Nara in front of Tarkin, as well as Luke. Cancels the celebration with the Masterful Move combo. Charlie can't grab that. Eric plays another used interrupt. They're still coming through. That was when he exchanged during the last battle. Alright, so yeah, this one should be over here in the next couple minutes. Thanks, guys, for watching tonight. Sorry if there was any issues at the beginning with the, I'll make sure the next one I do, I change some setting around, make it look a little more clear. But it's a little fuzzy on this end, so I'll check and make sure everything is better configured. Like I said, this one kind of got moved around in the timing of when it was all going to be, so didn't have as much time to perfect everything before I got started. So Eric activates 8 force, give himself 2 in reserve. He's got 5 in hand. Thanks, guys. Yeah, if Eric had gotten the second domination, that could have been pretty interesting, but he definitely lost it pretty early on. I think to a top deck 4-strain situation. Charlie lost a 0. He still had a Lars Moisture Farm in his reserve deck. Eric plays Van A. He's gonna probably initiate another battle here. See what kind of shenanigans he can get into, retrieve a force, etc. He's got 12 power in this battle. He'll probably draw that 6 again, I would imagine. Wonder if Charlie will take his last card into hand off of evacuation control. Probably doesn't really matter at this point. No, draws a 4 for Destiny. We'll add 4 to it, so it's an 8. Total of 20. Charlie will draw... Oh, he's going to exchange. Maybe not. He draws the 5, and he'll add 5 to it, or 4 to it, so it's 9. So Eric gets to retrieve. He'll probably retrieve that Emperor. Yep, he retrieves Admiral Mati. Tarkin covers. And Luke covers. It's like they don't want to end this game when they have had millions of chances to. The Decimator moves to Alderaan. It's a little strange. Not a battleground system. I guess it is a drain +1 there, but... I guess he has to control the 2 systems for his decree non-V to still be in effect. Charlie's at 4 minutes and 40 seconds left on his timer here. The celebration was canceled last turn, so no more retrieval from that. But he will be... Yeah, I guess he is doing 0 drains. Puts young Skywalker on gold leader in gold 1 as a pilot. So right now that the Emperor's gone, there is no Dark Jedi at a battleground. So you can get some force retrieval from young Skywalker. Moves the Tantive in front of Raltier. So now Decree non-V is no longer working. And then he shuttles Mothma down from the Tantive to the Spaceport Street to hang out with Commander Nera. Arika V in broken concentration. Could have been. Because Luke, yeah, I mean, Luke was on the table for a lot of that time. But I still can't believe the Chiefs are not winning this football game. I haven't been able to watch it, but I guess the Colts are playing some good defense. This isn't going to help me in my pick'em league, though. Yeah, no Vader ever hitting the table in this game is really unfortunate for Eric, because Vader is definitely a huge game changer in this matchup. Because then once he goes lost, you can like exchange him, get him back. But if you never see him, then you never see him. So Eric's got a drain of 1 at the city, 1 at the office, 2 at Alderaan. Mahdi is piloting the TIE Scout now, so gets the bonus for Imperial being at that location now. Oh, that's non-V Mahdi. Deploys for 1 if you have 2 Imperial starships on the table. he battles in space against the Falcon with Bale and Antilles. Draws a 4 for Destiny. He'll add 5 to it, so that's a 9. Exchanges a card. Gets a Gick. Or exchanges Gick with prepared defenses. Adds 1 to it. He might be clearing the Tantive here. He's forfeit 3. He's forfeit 5. That's 8. And so, yeah. I don't know if he needed to do that with the... So, yeah, clearing the Tantive is good, but it's not going to be enough to really... I guess I'll turn Decree back on for Eric. Alright, thanks, Josh. Thanks for watching. See ya. Make sure to join us again later this week for more of these games. I think we're going to have Tom Kelly doing some games in the afternoon slates that I'm like at work and stuff for. Appreciate it. Thanks, you guys. Dan has been doing a great job with covering the games. Gogolins has been doing them, so we'll have more of those. We'll have Gogolin's show on Monday. That's tomorrow. I assume Gogolin's doing a show tomorrow. And our Holo Theater show will be on Wednesday, so stay tuned to the PC channel and keep those Twitch subscriptions coming in if you're enjoying the content and you want to see more of it. This game should be over any minute. I mean, the timers are at 2 minutes apiece for each of these guys. So, I mean, this game will end soon. Got Ray against Simalu. That's a pretty fair fight. Both draw Destiny. Ray does get to add to hers. Charlie moves the Falcon in front of the TIE Scout. moves Kraken up to the Bright Hope as a pilot. So at least gets Destiny there now. And also pulls Leia up there too. Interesting. Charlie now has 47 seconds left on his action timer. So he is basically done here. Can't believe this game is going to go down to the very final seconds when it was basically over in terms of a match about 40 minutes ago. But thanks for all you guys who did stick it out with me. Appreciate it. Having the company. Always making sure to have these OCS playoff games streamed and put up for posterity's sake, so everybody has access to the same information while playing in these big tournaments. Another battle here for Eric. He's got 8 power to 4 power, and then he's going to draw the 4 that he tracked around from last turn. Adds 4 to it, so, looking at 16. Can exchange a card, retrieve with domination, but I mean, these are all just, they're literally going to run out of time, is how this game is going to end. Alright, another battle. Stormtrooper Garrison and Krennic against Mothma and Nara. Charlie takes the Rebel Barrier off of evac control. Eric draws a 4, adds 4 to it. He's got 23. Right now, it's going to be 23 to 3. Or sorry, he's going to add 3 more to that. So 23 to 6. So another retrieval with domination. 15 seconds left on Charlie's timer. "13 seconds left on Charlie's timer." It's flipped back. And now Charlie has battle damage that will cause him to lose the game. So that is the end of this one. Finally. Hooray! Congrats to Charlie for winning. Congrats also to Eric for making the top 16 in the OCS. Sorry it didn't go your way in this match, but congrats to Charlie. He'll move on to play Bastion in the next round. So, Charlie still had 4 seconds left on his timer, so he was very proud that he didn't go to time. Yeah, cool. So yeah, stay tuned to the Star Wars CCG channel for the next games, the next streams, and pay attention to the forums, and you can learn when all those things are going to be at, what times they're going to be at. So I've been sitting here for just about 2 hours doing this game, so I'm going to sign off now, but thanks guys for sticking with me, and I hope you enjoyed the game. See you guys next time.